Hey, YouTube friends, good time zone to you. Welcome. We're going to kick off the week with a premiere draft of Midnight Hunt. Talk to chat about it. They have decided. We've got this token entry from the discounted draft entry token in the store from Friday, I think. Got to keep an eye out on the Arena store for incredible deals going on there, and you don't need to keep an eye out on it. You just go there to get incredible deals on Magic cards from my sponsor, CardKingdom.com, purveyors of everything you need for your physical tabletop Magic game. All sorts of Midnight Hunt. Are we officially released yet? I guess it's not released until Friday, but so they're probably technically still in pre-order mode. But now that we've had pre-releases, the cards are out there. So maybe they're all selling them right now. I don't know. Anyway, if you want something from Midnight Hunt, you get it from my sponsor, Card Kingdom, is what I'm telling you. You can't even really get it. I wish I could sell you some Midnight Hunt cards, but I don't have wholesale. I just buy collections and resell at my little store. So if you want to check out my store, you can do that as well. But I have 0 Midnight Hunt cards there because I don't got wholesale. But maybe I'll buy some Midnight Hunt in collections coming up, and it'll be in my store too. But Card Kingdom is the place you want to go right now for that stuff. Thank you for your support, Card Kingdom. Appreciate it. Right into the draft. Looks like we were 8th. Gotta love that. So we'll get into draft mode here. I'll update this format info to indicate the premiereness. And we'll see where this draft sends us. Well, that's a powerful rare to start. I like that this has 2 modes. It has an aggro mode and a control mode. If you're behind, you can sweep, and if you're ahead, you can close it out. I've had this in one other draft, and so far I've never swept. It was in an aggro deck, and so for me, it was just an aggro card, top end of an aggro deck. So we're going to take that as a starting point. What else do we like here? Defenestrate as part of the incredible removal that can be found in this set. Scob Wrangler is a house if you're going to create a bunch of them pesky tokens. I don't think we have a meme for it because it's rare, but might have to make one just because of the obviousness. I'll sing it for you when we cast it. You think the Wrangler, you think blue is so much better than red that you're well, I'm gonna presume we don't have the format solved here and take the powerful rare. Speaking of powerful rares, this is one, right? This seems like with following burn down the house with the Celestis makes me want to be control. So let's take the Celestis and see if we can be controlling successfully somehow. Oh no, don't make me do it. Silversmith? Silversmith jumps out as kind of the best card here. Liberator is interesting. Yeah, it's true. We can just take the Elementalist and work the control angle. Yeah, let's do that. Keeps us on one color and keeps us on the control path. And no, I don't think we want to be... I'm kind of done with Gruul. I keep trying... I've tried it several times and it has failed me. I mean, sometimes it's failed me to the tune of like a 3-3 record or whatever, but it has not felt powerful to me. But Silversmith is great. I just like staying red there and staying control-y red. Like, this is interesting. We could take an Intruder. This feels like it's underrated. Like, I don't know. This is great. I mean, a 2/1 flyer for 3, not super exciting, but the flash -2 is so real. Unate's Rush called for as well. Yeah, that is a very playable spell. And there's a lot of 1 toughness around. But I think the Intruder is catching my eye here. I'm going to go for it. I've not been red-blue spells. We could potentially end up finding our way there. There's another Neonate's Rush here. This is quite a controlling card if we want to get into 3 colors. Spell Devil, interesting as well, since we're trying to do it. Yeah, it's a spell's payoff. I'm trying to figure out if we want to get the spell or the Crasher, though. I feel like this is... Nobody wants these but us. And whereas other people might conceivably want this. So I'm going to stick with the Rush. The Mending is interesting. Here's another Rush, but a Startle. I kind of like Startle. Delver. This could be a Delver deck. Kind of heading that way. Let's try it. I don't generally like this card in Limited. And then, hey, look, I don't know what this is, but it's like it's what we're doing, right? Immolation is interesting, but it's not an instant or sorcery. Look at top 4, reveal. Yeah, sure. Oh, really? It's bad? Well, y'all don't like it. Well, we could take Immolation. Well, how many do you need? Like, well, they also, I'm taking it anyway. I hear you. I'm going to take it and I put it in the board. And if we get the density for that to be good, then that'll be neat. And if we don't, that's okay. Revenge of the Drowned. And then I like the Drownyard Amalgam a lot. I think this card is great for a 5-drop. But we're going to keep taking spells. What's the best removal in the set? See, look. I'm so smart. Well, do you want to take the Wrangler on the assumption we're going to get some more zombies? Or do we take something like Startle or the... I mean, Wrangler is really good if you're making the tokens. I just don't know if we're doing that well enough yet. We'll take the Foragers. I guess we could take Bat Whisper if we thought we could backdoor into black from here. But I think we'll stick with this. It's not the worst. But I like the design of this, because a lot of the... take a Spirit here. A lot of the cards that do this thing where something allows you to get some mana... If you don't have anything to do with the mana, it's like, well, great. I just paid 4 mana for a 4/3. I love that the Forager says, hey, if you do the thing and get the mana but don't have anything else to cast, well, you can rummage. That's a sweet little design. Another Rush. There's also a Geist Wave if we wanted to get some 2-drop interaction. Let's take that over second Rush. And then... Secrets of the Key, not great, but I like it better than... Yeah, both seem pretty bad, right? But if I had to play one of them, I would rather play the Secrets, so that's what I took. But I'm going to move this out of the way. Hey, look, spells pay off in our pack 2 pick 1 rare. Nice. Got the deck for it. I mean, I think you can put this in just about any red deck, but it's particularly good in ours. Lunar Frenzy would be nice. Seize the Storm is the type of thing we're going to hope to wheel, actually. I think we leave it there and let it wheel, and we take the Slash or the Skrillex. What is this? Instant... I think we take the Slash and then wheel whatever the table gives us. Slash is bad? What? 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 Angler or bounce spell? How hardcore are we doing the spell thing versus? And I think again, Crasher. I'm gonna try and wheel this. But maybe it's just better than this in this deck. Yeah, I'll take the Crasher. Fine. I think we would have wheeled it, but I also didn't want to risk it. Could also take this. Another Elementalist though. Ambusher. Ambusher is interesting, but yeah, I kind of like the Elementalist with what we're doing. Dreadhound has been an all-star every time I've had it, on air, off air. This card has been bonkers. It's not for us right now, but just thought I'd mention that. Another Foragers, Vandal. I guess we take this. But boy, this format seems bad for it. There's so many ways to sack stuff. I mean, in like with the whole theme of making use out of your zombie tokens means you take that instead. I'll take it due to lack of options that I like. Yeah, the Vandal was, I suppose, an option, but I didn't like that either. See, here's another infusion. If we take all the infusions, do they get good? You take this Village Watch. Yeah, I guess we want an Immolation. It's just not a spell, right? Not the way that we want it to be. It's kind of a non-bow with the deck. This card seems great. I tried to get into this deck. I first picked this once, but maybe I first picked it twice, but I have failed to end up white-red both times that I picked it early. Nothing much else here, though, unless we're thinking we're going to backdoor into something else. Probably just a burn here over Electric Revelation. Not the worst in that you can fill up your graveyard with instants and sorceries. Here's that Festival Crasher from pack 1 on the wheel. And I like it better than anything else here. And we got both of our options back. What do we like better? At 5, it's probably just the creature. Really? You think Seas? Oh well, I took the creature. Chat disagrees. Seas just feels like it has fail cases that I don't like. You know, where it's not really good enough. Whereas Skrillex Skrillex feels like it's going to be good. Has a better floor. The short version. I took the card I felt had the better floor. I mean, come on, that's what its name. It's Skrillex. Come on. We should get a meme for it. Now, this is a bomb, too. I've had this in a deck, and it was nuts. Just crazy good. Does it exist? Alchemist might even wheel. I don't think anybody else wants to do it, but I don't want. And there's nothing else to take though. Really, I actually take the Painter and wheel the Alchemist. I'm gonna take Painter, wheel Alchemist. Maybe we might not. That's what I'm trying. Both of them are really good in the deck though, right? Take a Lunar Frenzy though here. Lunar Frenzy on Festival Crasher. GG. Another Skrillex that we should wheel. We could do something like, what's this? This Tome. Does this do enough? This is, I've played against this and it wasn't bad. It just kind of did random stuff. Just like, well, what does it do in this turn? Lots of opinions on Tome's strengths. You know, I'm gonna stick with the plan hardcore though. I'm taking another Skrilly. And another Crasher. Although Vivisection interesting here too. Take this Wheel Crasher. Yeah, 2 cover-ups would be nice, huh? Abomination, also a really good card for sure. All right, I'll take the. I'm with you. I'll take the Abomination. We need some creatures and stuff. What's this? Ooh, this is for us, right? Yeah. I don't know how close we are to making this good, but we're gonna try. Startle is going to get in the deck because of that. This does twice. Startle's great though. Startle's kind of what we want. Here's 1 cover up. It's not 2, but maybe there'll be another one right after this one. Should we just take the Astronomer instead though? Yeah, I actually think I want to cover up, but I'm going to take the Astronomer. Organ Hoarder still coming 8th pick, I guess. We'll take it. Immolation or Collector. We'll take another Immolation, but I hope to not play it, actually. We do want to stick to the plan if we can. I will take an Amalgam, though. And a flip here. Yeah, we'll take another instant or sorcery. This is a contextual pick. I think these others, all 3 of them, might be arguable over the flip in a different deck. And we got a final Crasher. All right. Another Immolation. Even this might see play here. All right, interesting deck. Well, y'all have been spent the draft telling about all the great combos with this card. I don't even remember what it does. What does it do? It's neither day or night. Becomes day. Okay, so it's a day-night thing, and we ramp a little bit, and we can flip it, and when we do, we gain a life and can loot. Instant sorcery count is at 9. That's assuming we don't cut any. It's probably not enough to bring in the Arcane Infusion. Although 9 is close. We should average to get 1 hit off the Arcane Infusion. It might still be okay for Delver. Especially because we also have ones we can bring in if we really wanted to work the angle, like cutting this. Wrangler might need to be in just because it, exists. This can cut. This is cut. Maybe even the drown yard, although getting stuff into the yard doesn't hurt. Although we didn't end up with anything that's really counting because we passed the one token maker. We could cut immolation as not being the removal we're looking for. Reservoir is the plan, even though it's not an instant or sorcery. Celestus, too good. We're going to keep that. Everything else we need like to keep in. See, this is where it's like, this is tough because we need to figure out what creatures don't make it effectively. And we're trying some stuff. I kind of want to see what our instants and sorceries up top are. What are we not playing? This just seems too slow. Maybe in best of 3 you'd bring it in, but I have a tough. Yeah, maybe we can cut this since we're not doing. It's not our win con. Our 5 mana win con are these flyers. I like that. Let's cut that. Like I would play Revelation before we play the key. This one doesn't even make treasure though. This doesn't feel like we're not aggro enough for that. So then, yeah, Arcane Infusion, still too risky, right? Yeah, 1 mana instant with 4 crashers isn't the worst, Cammy. You're right. And I kind of like the Delver too. It's like it's gonna flip. We could cut a crasher. I think I like 3 though. We're not really making a lot of tokens for the Wrangler. Now you don't need tokens, you just need creatures, but are we even doing enough of that? I don't think that Delver is it's likely to be a 3/2 flyer for 1. The question is how soon. That's the only question to me. That's the thing, G-Guards. But if you get it on turn 1, it's going to be good because it's going to flip sometime in the first 5 or 6 turns, right? You know, we're at a 9 instants and sorceries, right? So every 4 cards it's going to flip. No, it doesn't. That's not how it works. It doesn't flip. It's not a day-night werewolf type thing. It never flips back unless you blink it or whatever. But it has no inherent flip back. I think we can cut it, but I want to acknowledge that it's like if you could guarantee it in your opening hand, it would be an easy play. I'm cutting it because we can't guarantee it in our opener. Yeah, but I don't know. It's a you need some symbol that represents this has something on the back. I don't know. It's a tough call, but I think they ultimately did the right thing. Even though you got to read the cards. And but yeah, right. They could have gone something generic that didn't look at the day-night flavor of the set, but the day-night flavor of the set is such a strong part of it that they wanted to include it. I get it. Are we drawing enough to go to 16 lands? We're best of 1, so we do have hand smoothing. We don't have a ton of card draw, though, really. So, close. Yeah, I guess we do have a mana rock. That's fair. You've talked me into it. We can go to 16 because of the mana rock. And because I'm greedy and don't want to cut anything else, and it's going to be hard anyway. So let's figure it out, though. I'm not cutting anything down here. I want to try out the Reservoir. I want to try out the Celestis. Everything else is instant and sorcery that need to stay. So then we're looking at Astronomer. Yeah, we're doing some day-night stuff. I'm not going to cut another 2, I don't think. I could cut... Boy, it's all good. Like, this is where, like, Wrangler continues. It's like, it feels like the card we're least likely going to use, especially as we go low on creatures in general. I get not wanting to cut this, but it's kind of my lead candidate here. Although it's a 2-drop. You know I love me a 2-drop. We have, let's see, we have the Intruder. No, sorry, we have the Abomination and the Revenge and the Startle to make counters. Oh, and Flip, right? Flip makes 1 too. So 4 cards inherently make 1. Then we have Burn Down the House making some tokens as well. That's what I think. Let's cut the Wrangler. Got a 4th Festival Crasher we're not even playing when it... Well, we'll see. And some people want the Astronomer gone. Imagine if it's a Crasher. But let's do this. Parties crashing us. Of Montreal song I like. You know I only feel right when the music's... No, oops. Didn't this work? I thought... All right, let's do it this way. This way. I heard this worked. Yeah, there we go. With the Poké lands today. I believe it is. I believe I loaded everything. I'll check for you though. If I could have missed it, but I just went through. Yeah, we got it. Now let's see if we find it. All right, I don't know. Never been this color pair before. People seem pretty down on it. But we're still in the science section of this format. Yeah, we can keep this. Nice. Found a 2-drop. Just need a land now. And we'll be on our way. There we go. Asked and answered. So it dies into an enchantment, and it says, at the beginning of your upkeep, enchanted permanent's controller sacrifices a non-land permanent, then that player loses 1 life. So it kind of just forces you to sacrifice what it's on unless you're producing regular value. We got a good card. I mean, Like, I'm going to block here. We could regret it, I suppose, but one of the things an 04 is supposed to do is solve that problem. Yeah, good point. We can let it die and then intend to Geist Wave whatever this ends up on. Good call, Garrett. Now, does this thing need to die? It's a rare with 3 toughness and a lot of words. A lot of words. Let's just kill it. Kill it with shields mostly down. It's rare with a lot of words. I'm killing it. But I'm not going to read it. You can't make me. Nice. We can play this and get back our slash. We can play this and just get something. I think actually, yeah, we can play this because then it trades off here and they don't even have a place to put the Strangler. So let's do that. Yeah, exactly. Organ Hoarder produces more options for next turn, but Elementalist better threat to block than the Hoarder for this situation. Fifth land. We can just start storming. And then we'd have 2 spells, 3 spells we can play after dropping this, and then are also cheaper. That seems sensible to me. But yeah, we can also Organ Hoarder with this Strangler, although I kind of want them to use the Strangler on anything and then do the play of Geist Weave. So I like putting this down and then maybe even sending this in to encourage them to trade. This is an instant, right? So when this goes on the stack, we can do it. Really? Gdanmore just wants to let it through? Well, they're not going to attack into the 2/4, which is why I could send that and they could trade with it there. We'll wait. But that was, this can't block, but if they were going to, yeah, they can't block with it, so that was never going to happen. But this would have been an interesting trade. All right, they're doing it. So, yeah, I'm going to call the bluff. Well, not a bluff. I'm going to call. I'm blocking. You just take it? I love this. That's true. I didn't know if they had something that... I didn't want this to die, though. If they had something else that was going to finish it off. That was my thought. Yeah, this is what's brutal. The tempo hit I can handle, but this thing is brutal, but we'll get there. It's fine. Sorry, here you go. And I'd be cool to exploring auto memes the way G-Guards does on his channel, but Garrett's memes are very quick. Like they're 2-second or less memes. I'd certainly give over controls to short memes on that front. I don't know if we want to do it for the long memes, though. That's where I'm at on that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course it'd be limited to mods. I'm not... You think I'm letting the masses fire off memes? No way. But we could absolutely have a cycle of them that are mod run that are quick, if you want to work on that. All right, so anyway, back to where we're at here. Yeah, we can Organ Hoarder and 3. We could burn, we could slash, we could also burn and have 3 left. We can burn and drown. Yeah, I kind of like burning the 3/4 and drowning the 4/3. Or slashing it. Yeah, we can just kill it. That's fine too. Let's do that. I'm just trying to use all my mana. But this is fine. Uh-oh. That hurts. Not gonna lie. I like those cards. They're gone now. But draw some replacements and we're still okay. Brick and we're in trouble. Oh, and Appa with the follow-up Hoarder. Now we're just distinctly behind. Distinctly behind, and at least we have a blocker though in the Skrillex. Yeah, I don't know what why mind rot in this format. I don't know what that comment means. People have had cards in their hand late. Are you suggesting that people are dumping their hands? Oh, sure. Flashback Disturb. You still want to cast those cards out of your hand. Just because people get value from discarding doesn't mean... I mean, the value of those cards is that you get to cast them twice. Well, this is a rough-looking attack. Generally, people aren't sending their 3/2s into 2/4s without something else to do. I'm going to double block and make him have it. Although, if I can flip this, then we have another one that blocks. I mean, I'll just block the one. Let's see what they got for this. Okay. Great. Flip the switch. Not going to be very good here, but we can pass and go to nighttime, and then we got a good defense. And when we can cast this on anything just to get a counter, although we're going to let them hopefully find something big to try and cast through the flip. 4, 5, 6. So actually you're in a pretty decent spot. Odd. Okay, so we take that. They just are willing to, I guess, trade that off. I'm not going to block the zombie yet. Hopefully we find a creature we can spare a little more than either of these two for this zombie and go to 6. And they have the mana to counter that on the flip, so I'm not going to counter it. They have another card, so they might even come up with another spell here. Nope. But we're going to flip it back, and we have to start figuring out when to accept a trade for this zombie. Boy. Flipping it just doesn't do much. It gets us one count. It gets a +2/+2 till end of turn, but that doesn't really matter. So I'm going to continue to just not flip, because it just doesn't do enough yet. It doesn't change any of our combat. We are flooding out a bit here now.
Oh, here comes the flood.
Yeah, that's right. I should keep him for looting if it comes to that. This is looking ugly, though. Gotta say. Yeah, why isn't Oppo attacking with a zombie? That just felt like a mistake last turn. And now we're kind of out of options. What do you want to trade with, Mike? What's least important? The ground, like, I guess there's a flyer, so we need to trade off the ground. If there were no flyer, you could make a case for keeping the ground creature. Again, with the perfect card to get around my flip. So we're gonna let it happen. Hope they have another spell that they try to fire off here. But this is rough. Oh, come on.
We will say goodbye to flesh and blood.
Is a way to lose a Magic game. We're gonna call this one. Deck seems fine. We just got hit with the right spell at the right time for Oppo and then flooded out a bit after. No problem. Losers bracket, look out. We're coming for you. Awkward opener. Bunch of 4 and 5 drops. But both are lands and on the draw. Do you keep... We're kind of asking two things of the deck, both land and early spells. But... if we can survive until 4 and we get some lands, we'll be okay. Is it a greedy keep? It's a greedy keep, but I'm keeping. It's greedy because I'm asking two things of my deck. I'm asking for lands and early spells, and I can't get both at the same time. A mix of land and early spells early would be ideal, but that's a hard... You can't... Once you're asking for two things specifically out of your deck in a specific order, you're asking for a lot. Now, we found an early drop, but it's not a land, right? That's the thing. So we want... Now, if the Magic Gods are with us, we draw a land. And then, if the Magic Gods are really with us, we draw a 3-drop before another land, you know? Well, there's our 3-drop. So the Magic Gods can still be with us, just deliver a land next turn, and it'll be like just like we planned it. This is the card that I wrecked chat with on Friday. I got this, in the gauntlet, I got this card out on turn 2 in like 5 of my games, and twice it was killed right away, and 3 times I won easily. Not going to win easily here without that 3rd land. We asked for it and failed. Let's pass and see if we can find the land we need to have any chance here. 0-2, losers bracket. We're coming for you. I took my chances. No salt here. This is the game I signed up for. I knew it was a risky keep, and I'm encountering some of that risk. That hurts, and we may have to startle now looking for a land. I'm not going to pass and discard, so got to do it. I guess I could have attacked. Maybe they block. I'm just so desperate for land, I wasn't really thinking through possible attacks. Well, that's brutal, but it's also our answer. Like... I'm going to say, you know, yeah, I'm going to attack even, like, whatever. I should have given myself a chance to actually kill the sifters with that attack, but so be it. Now... this card's interesting. Doesn't seem that powerful. You only get top 2. And then, boy, if it's land, you've just gotten a land. Although land for Oppo would be great because it would cut us off from them. What are we cutting? Our plan now is to play the Celestis, draw another land, and burn down the house, right? Clear everything. So flip the switch probably could go because we're pretty far off from actually casting this. If we get a third land, we're going to drop this. And if we don't get a fifth land, we're going to be casting this. So let's ditch flip. Yeah, we could discard expensive spells. That's true. I could discard this and get it back. I can get flip back now too, though. So it's not maybe... at least we have targets. Heck, we probably want the startle back. But really, we get a land here, we're in this game. We don't get a land here, we're in serious trouble. But this burn down can solve a lot of problems if Oppo overcommits. Oh, deck. Oh, deck. Oh, deck. And now it's like, do I even play this? Yeah, I guess I do. Like, given that our plan is to burn everything down, it's kind of sucks to play this, but at the same time, I'm not gonna... I mean, I discard if I don't play it, so let's play it. Oh yeah, the Magic Gods are testing my patience early on in the week here. So far, I'm pretty desalinated. I'm accepting this as the game I signed up for, and I'm comfortable with my decisions so far. And this could still be a really cool win. We get a land, play our 3-drop. Hey, well, it's nighttime. All right. I guess we shoot the card drawer. Hold. You want to hold, but I'm just going to discard again. What do you want to do? Yeah, that's true. What are we blocking? Yeah, okay, that's fair. We'll do it on blocks to try and block and kill this thing. But, I mean, really, we're now dead, right? I mean, we needed a land here to get our plan in action. At 10 life, I think we're pretty done for. But let's ditch the revenge that we can get back. I don't want to even show the house or have to get it back with an elementalist before we cast it, but we can ditch the revenge. Right, I get it. That's why we wait. We're waiting so that we can try and take the 4/4 out as well. And maybe they go for something silly here and we get to blow it out. Like that. Of course, let's see. Enchant creature, whenever the creature dies, when enchant creature, look at the top X is its power. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and kill it now. It telegraphs, it lets them know that they don't have an attack with a predator, but we gotta... Or they do. I mean, they just have a 1-for-1 if they attack with the predator. They got counter magic up. We could see a counter spell of Oppo's Own here. kind of like an 0-2 start. It'll make the 7 wins all the more dramatic. All right, coffee, you're done for. Go away. All right, they are offering the Predator. And we're going to... Oh, no. Change their mind. Found our land, at least. Now we have a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah, we're chumping everything here to the bet. I mean, a couple of menace means it's and a no, it can't be blocked means our chumping is going to be limited. That's actually, this card is so bad. I don't want to lose to it, but if we get our plan off, they are going to get something back out of this. But yes, by all means, play another 5 or less powered creature so that we can draw a basic and wipe this board. That's good too, if we can survive. If we can't survive, it's not good. Yeah, and we're dead. Yeah, unfortunately, they found a win. We played your outs. Oppo got there before we could untap and try to reset the board. Boy, rough starts.
Is this a dead man, Doctor? Very dead, Mr. Spock.
Yeah, this is not the best deck I've drafted in the format. People generally aren't up on this archetype, but 0-3 would be a surprise. Like, I feel this deck is fine, and against the 0-2 bracket, I expect something here. With Geist, Wave, and the 2 islands, and Appa going first, we're going to hope to find a mountain and just go egg into all this stuff. But I got to keep here. I'm going to pretend they're pairing on record. Wrong land deck. Come on now. Give us a mountain and let's have a game of Magic. Come on. Okay, thank you. To start. This aggro start here is a problem, and threat of activation... Well, I guess at least threat of activation says Smoldering Egg can still block, so that's good. We'll take that. The Neonate's Rush, killing the Interloper or the Stinger, is great. We just need to have this egg live. Great that they're not even attempting to make us call a bluff on sending the Stinger. And now... You're gonna not be a chatter if you keep calling me on technicalities. Ah, see? Okay, there's Death Touch. Suck it, True. Makes his own argument for me. Thanks. Yeah, we're going to kill the Interloper. The question is whether we do it now or give him a chance to untap. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because the other thing we can do is save our egg if they go to try and kill it. So I'm going to... Because we can save our egg, I think I'm going to wait. I just love that you that I didn't even have to think it through. You had the argument with yourself for me. I appreciate it. So I'm going to block the 2 since they have the. I mean, we could make them. We could make them spend their whole turn on this. But why not block and make them? I like block and make them. I mean, they don't have to, right? They could just let the first strike happen, but yeah, they don't make them. Never mind. It doesn't make them do anything. So let's do this then and see if they want to pump. And then we'll decide what to kill based on what happens here. Yeah, all right, let's do it. On the flyer. Next turn, Revenge gets this in the air, right? If it lives. Oh no, they're gonna kill it. Damn it! Shouldn't have risked it, I guess. That's on me. I took the chance. Too bad. Was it worth it? I mean, we're talking about the difference between having a dragon and not. I think it's a pretty high cost I just paid right there. But we'll take a Crasher. Ditch a couple lands. Pretty good Organ Hoarder there. I'm willing to trade all the trades here. Elementalist, interesting. We can get back Rush if we wanted to kill more Interlopers, and that seems fair. Let's do that. Grind them out. Oh, I should have left up red, though, because we could go into nighttime. Although, not before it matters, right? If they flip it to night somehow, we untap, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But what matters is, as usual, I didn't think about it, right? All these little mental slips represent errors that could have happened, even if, in this case, they didn't happen. Well, new plan, new plan. Let's make sure. Yeah, all right, so they get to do some damage, but we get to do this. I guess we get to attack first, too. They're never going to block. Or they shouldn't. I sure wouldn't. Heck, if they block, I have the opportunity to slash instead. Watch out. You might get what you're after. Ooh, baby. Strange but not a stranger. I'm an ordinary guy. Burning down the house. All right, we're going to play our 2 creatures and then back it up with a ton of spells. Instant, 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 instant. So we're going to make it nighttime no matter what here. Okay, Oppo made it nighttime, but there you go. You like slash face here? We do have a lot going on with burn and rush and drown. Like, we have a bunch of stuff to interact with creatures. So I'm with Mike. I don't normally like going to the face with 3 damage when Oppo is at 17 seems a bit nuts, but this is more than 3. It's 7. It's a, you know, effectively 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the face, right? I don't like it. I don't love it with open mana, but we do have. We can at least save our own if we need to, and it kind of makes them do it. Yeah, so I am going to go ahead and save that, draw a card, and then recast it. Ooh, could also play that. We can do that next turn ahead of casting actual spells. I'm going to still play the Painter this turn. We're going to burn that Accursed. Crack in for a nice chunk of change. Lethal, question mark? This is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6. Not lethal. At 7. Yeah, we can bounce it. I guess it just makes a bunch of more tokens they can't really do anything about. Yeah, let's do that. Because we can also bounce it and play the Reservoir. Or is it bounce? Yeah, wait, let's see. So we bounce this. What? Oh, yeah, we just should cast both and get there, right? Because we have Revenge and Slap. Yeah, I'll do it. Let's do it. Win target game, Ryan. That's one thing you can do. My original, yeah, exactly. I just didn't count right. That's fine. We got there. Yeah, that Thermo Alchemist didn't wheel, although what I did take was good for us there. This is the card I took over Thermo Alchemist. Both are excellent in the deck. So Thermo Alchemist, a little more reach, a little less aggressive. This hits harder, but eventually can be blocked, right? Drawing cards is better than winning, and controlling the board is better than drawing cards. Man, I destroyed this mouse pad quickly. All right, this looks like a curve. Two into... Well, 4. I guess we need a 3, but the 2, 4, 5s look very nice. Something to do on 3 if we need to do something. Yeah, we hope to sequence this after this. Boy, if we burn down the house for Devils and then buy it back with Elemental, how do we lose? Well, Oppo Sweepers, I guess. This is great. Can't kill it yet, but hopefully we get there eventually. All right, if the deck wants to serve up a 3, that would be sweet. Deck serves up a 3. That is, in fact, sweet. We'll take it. And I'll keep this to threaten the block, but really I want to put the Abomination on the Perforator. Or just take it all until we can blow up the world. But I'm not going to just sit here and slow roll a burn down the house. We don't even have the second red yet, for one thing. All right, they're offering. They did not want to trade this Socialite for the single Abomination, but we'll make this trade. Smoldering Egg is tempting, but really I kind of want to Geist Wave. Well, we can egg. I'm just wondering if I want to play the egg if we're planning to blow up the world eventually. But maybe with enough protection, we can feel good about it and actually go for the devil side of Burn Down. I'll play it. Should make Oppo nervous at the very least. Heck, we can use it for devils, and then if things really get out of hand, we can buy it back and then blow up the world. Yeah, block and bounce is my plan here. Yeah, let's do this. I kind of like this, and then we bounce our own egg and eat this thing. Let's see if this works. Yeah, we don't have to. We can bounce theirs. That's true. I was gonna. The reason I was thinking of bouncing the egg is we could draw a card. If we hit a mountain, we can go to the sweep mode. But since this potentially blows them out pretty good, let's go for it. We had some time anyway. Yeah, we don't need to sweep if we eat their 2/2. But let's see if we do. They got cards. I can totally accept this. We could get our bounce back, or we can just Astronomer. Let's do that. I think, right? I mean, there's nothing else to do. You say use mana, but you just want to get a Geist Wave back. Is that enough for you? I guess we can keep bouncing, and then it eventually does this. Media and Mike on opposite sides of this. Although I like what Media is saying, in that at least if we do this, if we fail to draw land, next turn we have Astronomer Geist Wave. That's legit. So I'll do that. And are we attacking? Sometimes you just want to get this in while you can. What are we doing to leverage it in this deck? Like for other things? Like we're not sack. We don't really have much sack going. So I'm going to go ahead and take the damage. No, we actually cut that hat. We cut it. Partly because it was so hard to find the 3s that we were going to be able to do it with. So without the tap 3, I like going ahead and taking the damage there. Good point. Archie points out that we do have the loop of Elementalist, bounce Elementalist, and draw forever. I mean, that's a great combo. Maybe we just do that. But look, we found this. So I'm in for Devils and make a dragon. And Elementalist, we will leave back. We definitely attack with dragon. Are we wide enough that we're just throwing away creatures for extra damage? We're looking at yeah, let's just see if the dragon gets there. Yeah, they're not low enough. You know, if they're like 8, we're like then that 8-ish life range, then I'm in for it, but we don't have them close enough to dead to be throwing away creatures yet. Especially with a Geist Wave that we can clear some attacking lanes. Interesting. So well, Now what? I mean, I kind of just like Elementalist and one of these devils on the Vandal. So let's do... Although I like potentially bouncing this. Yeah, I think Siriana is right on that front. Let's double block here, and if they kill both... Yeah, I'm just going to do this. Yeah, triple would have been fine too. It would have made it a little safer. And this is just leaves it end of turn, right? Yeah. So, and this already done its work, so we'll just go to face here. We could bounce this and probably find the land to replay it. If we don't, we have Astronomer. And we still have a dragon. If we cast an instant sorcery, we get to deal 2 anyway. So yeah, let's do that. Well, but this has text. I mean, I don't see why we don't cast an instant sorcery and kill this thing. Didn't find a land. Yeah, I guess we could have... They probably weren't blocking, you're right. I just got excited. There's our land. Now we can just bounce them. And this is effectively over. Or we can get to burn down the house. I think I'm overthinking. Yeah, you just want to keep doing it. We can even do that. Then I guess in that case we send in and see if they want to block. Nah, I like sending the Astronomer too. Like, we're not going to actually make much more use out of this than being a bear. You think we're being too passive? I'm attacking with everything. Maybe. I picked a line, I'm doing it. I don't know, Everyone's a critic, but Magic's hard. I found a line. We'll see if it wins. Two to them. You can go, just keep it going. You can go Organ Hoarder. Just make a flyer. I mean, there's all sorts of things we can do here. If we get Elementalist and hold up Wave, that's pretty good. Flyer, though, puts them dead to... Yeah, we have 2 flyers. Let's just play a flyer. We threaten lethal with the burn here. If they come up with creature-based defense, they lose. Yeah. So we got there. In a couple ways. All right, came up with another win. Maybe not the best path there, but a win nonetheless. We'll take it. And also, don't forget that I controlled the board for an extra turn. You act like that's nothing. How many turns did you control the board today? Mirror match. Oh man, too bad we don't have an intruder for the kill type play here. We have an intruder for the boy, you're heavily blocked. But we'll go ahead and play our ramp. Oppo's like me. Oppo understands that the risk of evolving wilds is not in giving too much information to your opponent, it's in forgetting to crack your evolving wilds. So now we have a Crasher with Intruder up. Gonna probably go ahead and play the Intruder almost regardless of what happens here. Probably means it's gonna eat a Silver Bolt, but that's okay too. Yeah, we have the Intruder ambush, but they don't have a good attack. So, I mean, we could hold this and try to make them... But I kind of just like trying to draw out the Bolt here, and accepting that is okay. So I'm gonna do it. Might have a counter spell too. There's a lot of 3-mana counters. There you go. Flip the switch it is. Don't mind that either, really. What I mind is we don't have anything in our graveyard for the Elementalist. I'm not playing it for no value. So let's use this, and we have a loot, nice loot. There we go. Getting there. For a instant sorcery deck, we are pretty deep into our deck. 12 cards deep with no sign of an instant or sorcery yet. 13 cards deep. That's true. Passing technically looted, didn't it? I maybe should have held that and then done it on their turn, right? So maybe I've not played this card before, but maybe we were supposed to pass it and then use it on their turn, right? Oh, sorcery speed. There you go. Got it. A lot of words on the card. So, well, let's activate it again then. We're still digging. I could have played the flyer. I don't know why I didn't see that. What's wrong with me today? I'm gonna play the land, though. I think we want to be at 6, right? Yeah, you could make a case for not doing it. I'm generally of the mindset of make him have it and would have been fine casting it into the mana, but it's fair. Yeah, we're at 7 with the Celestis, I suppose. And we'll take the loot. Funny. I'm going to pass on. I mean, 15 cards deep into our deck with no instant or sorcery yet. We'll throw away one of these. I should have, yep. Lots of inefficiencies today. So it goes. Lots of inability to find spells. So now it's nighttime. We could 2-spell and flip it, but there's nothing to get here. We could 2-spell. We could still 2-spell and flip it. Let's do that. Yeah. Storm, Skrillex, and the Crasher are enough. Yeah, I probably should have started with the Crasher. If they've got a counter spell, want to give them a chance to counter that. It's okay though. Funny. I mean, no, you always want to loot. You always want to loot. Which is the better payoff? We want the artifact because it might actually help us cast stuff. Yeah. I had to actually read my card there, Mike. Unreal. All right, it's let's do this. I still think we want to start with the reservoir. And I could yeah, let's loot. Or we can exile to play. It's just we want to do that when we have more mana. So yeah, I'm going to do this again. Wow. Do we want... I guess we want to hit for 1 if we don't trust... I don't want to block that. So yeah, we'll hit for 1. And I'll ditch this. We'll keep the Astronomer. Weird game. We're now almost literally halfway through the deck. Next draw is halfway through our deck. 0 for 9 on spells. Well, I'm going to ditch the Astronomer and assume that this Painter is going to go nuts for us. Come on. Hey, look at that. We got one. We got one. You knew. All right, so now how do I win this game? There's too many options. Too many options. Kind of like just sweeping their board, though. That's going to cost 5. We get 2 left. And then we actually have the reservoir to fire off if it is useful. So let's just burn down the house. Burning down the house. Play a 1 toughness. Pay no attention to my rare. Burn! Burn! We're going to discard it, though, and play our painter. We're going to hold that for future looting, because I remember sometimes. Could also make the case for the reservoir. Yeah, let's use that first. Fair enough. That's a land I'll play. See ya, Oni. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see ya. All the things I want to do, but we're going to start here again. Play land again. And now I could flip day night, but I'd rather just play Skilly. So I'm going to attack and do that. How about an instant or sorcery that puts a second counter on the reservoir and our deck does its thing? Yeah, 13 cards, but they're all going to be good ones, so I think we're fine shape here. And we can even... Let's go ahead and startle the Crasher. Pre-combat, and I'm just clearing blockers here. I'm using this to damage. That's my plan, Mike. Damage is the plan. And we'll attack. We'll naturally flip day night with the Organ Hoarder and be able to loot again. Are there 1 mana spells that we would cast? Actually, really 2. Moonrager's Slash, if we found, would be good. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to hoard now. Yeah, 3 mana potentially. Yeah, with 2 mana we can cast a 3 drop. Anyway, the point is worth hoarding. And there you go. Although it's not like we're going to cast it this turn. But nice to have available and up. Do we want the Slash or just the Finisher and Frenzy? I mean, Frenzy probably finishes next turn if the coast is clear. It's just Frenzy carries with it some removal risk, but we'll risk it. They don't know about it. We don't have to show them. They saw that we took something besides Moonrager's Slash, so they're gonna see that. But well, I guess the question is, can we just win here on attacks? On a Frenzy for X of 2. So we send in, that's a virtual 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ooh, it's close to lethal. But I think we just stick with the plan and try to get lethal next turn. If they might chump with the Crasher, we'll see. Would that have been lethal? I didn't do the math. If we slash their face, though, they block there anyway, so yeah, I think this is fine. Yeah, Frenzy gives trample, but it still wasn't enough for lethal by my math, but it's possible my math was bad. I had him down to 1, and since it wasn't lethal, I felt like just aiming for lethal the following turn was correct. But I didn't have... these were summoning sick. Are you forgetting that? Like, I couldn't attack with the Hoarder and the Zombie. Looks pretty good now, but... I think I was counting that. Maybe I miscounted by one. Well, now they get to do something, but chances are we get to Frenzy in response for the win anyway, almost no matter where they go with it. Oh, interesting. Well, I'm going to counter that by bringing back our flyer. Yeah, I should have waited for the retarget. I got excited. But so that makes him go up to 14. They're at a virtual 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Yeah, we got it. Still lethal unless they've... Yeah, and they're out of stuff too, so we got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we get an X of 6. Well, I'm winning. I win a couple of games, but in back-to-back games, chat has felt like I haven't been as aggressive as I should be in getting those wins, that I gave Oppo some chances. Fortunately, we're halfway. We got our 3 wins, 50-50 at worst. That's nice. 3 wins after an 0-2 start also feels nice. Much better feeling than actually 3 wins into 2 losses, Frenzy is obviously a great card. It just has some risk associated with it because of instant speed interaction. But if you can secure your instant speed, know that you're not going to be interacted with that way, it's pretty incredible. Well, probably nothing to Geist Wave, but we'll see. All right, I actually like this. We'll flip it just about anything and then get it back with the Elementalist. They'll know that we have it, but then it's like something they got to play around forever. Too bad. I don't... This is a weak one to flip, honestly. This card is pretty whatever. But I'm going to do it. I'm not going to not use my mana here. And again, it lets us get it back with the Elementalist. Yeah, exactly. Like, without it, we have Startle and Geist Wave, I suppose, but this is much better. And again, not much use for our zombies other than damage, so I'm going to take it while the coast is clear. Not a great deck at using zombies. I like the Search Party Captain, although of course you're hoping to get it going for less than 4 mana. Now we have a choice to make. They know we have flipped the switch, but they don't know we have the startle. I'm going to hold and see if they want to send in their captain, and then we'll trade that for a card and a zombie and a captain. And we're going to try. And we have flipped the switch to back up our startle play as well. Yeah, that's worth flipping. And let's go ahead and start the loop. If Oppo's not going to attack in, I'm going to do this. Now I think I like Hoarder, Hold Up, Startle over this the Flyer, because we can do Flyer with 7 mana next turn and have one of our 2-drops up. Oh, that's true. We can Hold Up, Startle because of the discount. I totally forgot, Mike. We'll take the Burn Down. It's like our best card. I didn't really think it through. I just took the Burn Down the House. It's so good. But yeah, if we really wanted to get rid of the pesky disturb creature, sure. Great. Now we can startle our way to winning this combat. I'm gonna fire this off, make sure it happens first. Interesting. So 7, 6, 5, 4. We can play this and Burn Down the House. And Burn Down the House for Devils to just crash in here seems pretty strong. And then we can buy it back and make more Devils. Yeah, we could also do the 2-4 and make Devils next turn. That's true. Like, getting the Flyer going ahead of the Devils probably makes some sense. I agree. Let's wait on the Devils till after we get our combo card going. But I'm going to start sending everything. I mean, that's like a pretty good sign. You think they're going to burn down the house? Could be. Yeah, maybe that's the sign I should be looking for, G-Guards. Garrett's thinking. How smart is Garrett? Super smart. Whenever something's weird like that, you can find a reason. We're in great shape, though. Let's see. I could actually Elementalist. Yeah, let's Elementalist and get our big tokens back. Not bad, but we're gonna keep pushing it here. I'm gonna play this first. Devil it up. And introduce Oppo to Rock and Hard Place. Take out the blocker. Wow. So we'll just I'm going to hold on to the Crasher. We'll let it flip day night. And this goes to any target, right? So we just need to cast a spell and then fire this off. You tried to do it now? I was just going to try and do it naturally, but that's fair. We got a lot of mana. All right. And then we can 2-spell and flip it again. Although we don't have the... Yeah, maybe I should actually go for the second mode on this for now. I'm going to do that. Funny. So now if we do it, we flip and we don't get value. We can just decline or just fill our graveyard, but that's fine. We'll do it. It's just a bunch of, it's like we have 3 things that combine, 2 of 3 of these combine for lethal at this point. Yeah, I'll take the life, sure. Did we get the raccoon sack? Funny name. Did we get life without the loot? Didn't notice. I guess we did. Well, there we go. That'll win us a game. Let's just do it with these style points. They got no lifelink, right? You like kill the 3/3? Does it matter? Like, I think either one we would have won, right? There's no targeting. Oh yeah, because of the first strike. Yeah, that would have been bad. But it gives first strike too. Yeah, so it still would have worked. Still would have worked. All right. Well, after an 0-2 start, my threat to stomp on the double losers bracket has come to fruition. We've made it to near profit at 1,400 gems and 4 wins. And now we're going to go for straight up legit event profit. Oppo going first. We have a slash and a rush. I'm going to keep any land. We have some defense. Oppo on the curve out. We found our any land. Right now, it's looking like we need to slash something. But slash, get back slash with Elementalist seems fine. I'm going to wait here, though, in case they do something. I mean, they got 1 mana up. I suppose I'm letting them possibly have the +3/+3 indestructible human trick, though. So let's not mess around. I'm going to take out the witch, burn the witch. Now we really need a land off the top to keep the game going here. If we miss on land, this could get rough. Well, if we get a cheap red spell, that would be okay. But we need land. All right, perfect land to boot. I like Elementalist getting back the slash. it says you have to start tapping or we get to trade for the search party captain. And then we can slash up top or even intrude. Maybe we just want to try to intrude here. Yeah, I'm trying to use all my mana for one thing, though. Like, if we Elementalist, we use the mana. Intruder could get tapped down, that's true. I'm going to just go ahead and do my max mana play. Might need to slash the Trapper because of the complexities of the board. But also, at this point, they don't, it's tough for them to use the Trapper. That's actually good. They put, they know we have 3 damage, so in effect, it's getting this captain through, I suppose. Don't love trading for 2 damage here. Or if I do that, I might as well chump here, right? It's the same thing. But can we take 8 and go to 8 on this board? We untap. This is still going to cost us 3. If we draw a land, we still just get this. So we go to 8. This is gone. Then it does get very awkward for us. Almost. Yeah, we don't really have the time, though. I think we have to say no blocks, but this is a really awkward spot, and I think we're very disadvantaged here. But we got to just hold up all of our instants now and hope that the instants get there. If they get greedy and go for a Trapper tap, we have some answers. It's Neil Diamond. I didn't know he played Magic. We do have, let's see, they got the tapping up, so now the intruder play isn't real. We can try blocking. If we block the 3/3 and Neonate's Rush, we're not dead. And then we have answers. So now it's passing to damage. Let's go full control. It doesn't really matter, actually. We just get it at the end anyway, so that's fine. Doesn't matter yet. Pause is still explained by the Trapper, so that didn't teach us anything per se. All right, well, now we are still pretty much dead, which is the problem, right? Like, we have Intruder shrinking, but we still need... The trouble is we need 2. I guess we burn the flyer, and then technically we're only taking 2? Like, that's the only way I see to not die next turn. Revenge could bounce the flyer, but then they create another zombie, and that seems bad for us. But it's not... Intruder and Slash... That's 6 mana. I count 5? So I don't know where that's coming from. And I guess Upkeep Stop makes sense since they have all their mana open anyway. Yeah, no daytime. That would be great, though. Yeah, if it were daytime, we could pass and get the discounted Slash. But we can't. So we're going to burn on Upkeep and try to win, or try to not lose. Another silversmith would do it. Let's see what they come up with here. We might just be dead. A lot of ways to get an extra counter on things. I haven't personally done the math. I had to say it, didn't I? A lot of ways to get counter on things. All right. Well, rough way to go out, too. I think this card's kind of weak, but they did it. But anyway, I've heard the Mastery Pass is, anecdotally, I've heard it's a little bit better value this time, but... You think it's strong, Pablo? I just feel like there's so much bounce out there. There's so much bounce out there, and blue is so strong that spending a whole card on throwing some counters around feels super risky to me. We failed to punish that oppo, but I like it when my opponents are playing that card. I feel like they don't get a full card of value out of it. But we got beat by it there. We didn't get beat by that. We got beat by other things that game. I like the deck. I think it actually underperformed a little bit, although 4 is probably a fair enough average. I liked the deck, though. I thought it was good. Yeah, I'm not... Okay, white's creatures are underpowered without Coven. The pump effects help. But then maybe you're just saying that white sucks. Because if I have to play that card for white to be good, maybe white just sucks. Now, I don't necessarily think that. I've had decent success with white. I just feel like if I'm at the spot where I'm saying, well, my bad cards need this bad card to not be bad, then I'm in a bad place, right? Is that fair? Is that the takeaway? Does red suck? It's got some quality cards in it, but I've certainly had trouble making red-green and red-black work. Not that me failing to make those work is any kind of indicator this early in the format, but yeah, I'll take it. It was fun to try a new archetype and fun to at least get our 4 wins out of it. 4 wins is great. We'll take it. Thanks, YouTube friends. Catch you in the next one.